This is going to be a quick video on how to set up Kali Linux on VirtualBox. The link for Kali Linux and the link for VirtualBox will be in the description of the video. Thank you. The first thing you're going to need to do is create a new machine. The memory size, I often go for Kali Linux 2 GB. I have 16, so if you've got 8, I would suggest you only do 1. I've already got 1 Kali Linux, so I'm going to call this 2. And create a virtual hard disk now. VirtualBox image, and 20 gig is fine for this. You could get away with a lot less. I'm going to go for less than that. I'm going to go for 16 gigabytes. Uh, 4 megabytes. Okay, you can see I went wrong there. Let's remove it. You got to be very careful what you specify. Kali 2 gigabytes. Create. See where it says gigabytes? That'll do. That's more than enough space. Now I'm going to set the settings on the box to allow it to work properly. This doesn't sound like it's too difficult, and it's not. So this is all easy, right? Perfectly fine. Display, virtual memory. Now I have quite a good graphics card and I like it to run smoothly. So nice easy amount to remember, 96. You can do what you want. I have a 2 gig graphics card. I'm not particularly worried about that. I've got enough memory as well. Network, very important, bridged adapter. NATed adapter won't allow you to use Nmap, won't allow you to use Hydra properly, and is not going to work properly. Okay, let's go back to storage. CD-ROM drive. Disk image, I have my Kali distribution disk for this year, 17.1, and the reason I'm using an older disk is I'm also going to show you how to update it. So let's get that done. Now we know our new Kali virtual machine with the bridged adapter ready to go. Let's start by booting it up and running through the installation, because we've already linked the CD-ROM drive, so it should by default boot into the CD-ROM. There we go. Now you could run it as a live disk if you wanted, but I've decided I'm going to do an install, so I have to click on install. I'm going to go for the graphical install. Probably a little bit slower, but isn't really going to make that much difference. Obviously English, choose a keyboard for your zone, choose your keyboard layout with language localization. Might give away your location, you might want to choose the US just to be default, but then you have to remember what a US keyboard layout looks like. And the idea is we're using this for going through and doing some practice machines, so you know, running a virtual machine isn't really something you should be doing anything but training on, or if you're doing something which is practice. Host name, I would really call it something different from that. Domain name, we're not having a domain name. Root password, password 1. Password 1. Reason I'm doing that stupid password is this is going to be deleted when we're finished. I'm never going to use this for anything, and this is just demonstration for you guys. Use the entire disk. Yes, all files in one partition. You can segregate it out if you want.
Unlucky.
Please be quiet, Max. There we go. Select yes to write the changes to disk, and then the system will install. So once the installation is complete, you'll be asked to use a network mirror. I suggest saying yes to this, otherwise you're going to have to edit the source.list file later, sources.list, and you're going to have to add network repository to run updates. You have a proxy edit here. just configuring apt for the settings I put in. Now the installation's complete, you hit continue. Okay, we're not quite finished with the installation. Now that it's rebooted and it's gone into Linux, you now have to type in your username and password. Obviously the username is root. This is the administrator on the Linux box if you're very, very new to this. And once you've typed in the password, you will be presented with the screen. Now, it's not got the tools for VirtualBox yet, and we're going to sort those out now. Open terminal. Let's check the internet's working and that we are connected to a software repository. Okay. Let's get any updates that are missing. That's 154 megabytes. That's going to take quite a while. As you can see, it's going on and installing. So the two commands I used there were apt-get update and apt-get upgrade. Now update doesn't do the update. Update gets a list of updates for you. Upgrade gets them for you. Sort of gets the files and then asks you if you wish to install them. Just be 2 seconds while I sort out the next part. Okay, so now the update has reached a point where it's asking you for advice. You can push page down to get down to the bottom of this and Q to quit, and then you're going to be, it's going to continue. It's now going to ask me if I want to update Wireshark. Should non-super users be able to capture packets? I'm fine with that. So you can see the update process, I've shortened it massively. It would have been way too long otherwise. There's a lot of packages on this version of Linux and there is a lot to unpack. There is a lot to install. The first part was just the download. As you can see, the install goes a little bit quicker. That will depend on, you know, if you've got an SSD, this is going to go a lot faster as long as you put the VirtualBox on the SSD. Many stuff involving Kali Linux is actually about patience and not really about speed. Obviously speed helps with your patience, but you know what I mean. I'll leave this unpacking and return after. Now we need to update the version of Linux on here, which is actually extremely easy. I mean, that's a great thing about this. Everything is easy. Whoops. Look, there's me typing away at nothing. I might edit that bit out. Or leave it in just to show you've got to keep an eye on what you're doing.
Oh my goodness.
So that update thing we did only updated the packages. It didn't update the core operating system, which we'll now do now. And that'll take some time as well. So after doing the kernel version update and restarting, you're now ready to put on the VirtualBox tools. So let's quickly get this over and done with, and my dodgy password. Your mind goes blank when filming, so therefore I have the commands written down. Although this one's really easy again. apt-get. You probably understand what apt-get means by now. You could probably make a guess at what an uninstall script would look like, and you could probably make a guess at what an install script for a particular program would look like. apt-get install -y. The -y is purely just, instead of having to click yes, I agree to this, it just allows it to do, there's no prompts. You've already specified that you agree to any terms and conditions. VirtualBox. apt-get-x11. And there we go. We're installing the VirtualBox guest tools. This allows you to resize the window, stretch, order, copy, paste in and out of the box. This will be important when we do the next video next week. Might even be this week if I'm feeling in a good mood. There we go, all done. Let's reboot, and then when it comes back up, I'll show you resizing. Reboot does take a few minutes, so I'll pause the video here. So now you have the whole thing working as it should. Just logging in, and I'll show you that the window will resize as if by magic. Well, no, it just helps you. You can use the clipboard and a few of the other advanced features, and it just runs a little bit quicker. It's kind of the interface I'm talking about. See how much faster that booted up? And how do you like them apples? Go for full screen. And that's how to set up Kali Linux. Thank you. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you could, if you guys like this video, next week I will do a breakdown of VunHub's Mr. Robot first box with links to the walkthrough and everything else. In this video, we'll have a link to the commands I've used. Well, I'll write the commands I used in here. It'll have a link to where to get Kali Linux from, where to get VirtualBox, and you know, thank you to you guys for watching. Thank you very much.